Let's go. 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 Let's go.
You know the frequency, yeah. You know the frequency. Come on. You know the frequency, yeah. You know the frequency.
I've been upgrading my frequency. I've been protecting my energy. I've been upgrading my frequency. No matter what, I protect my energy.
We off the grid.
Yes. We are back with Frequency Live, the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. I'm your host, B. Carter, Double D, Derek Demers.
And it's Jasmine.
And this is the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio.
What's up? Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Charlie.
What's going on?
Yo,
We ready for a good show?
we're ready. We got a lot to talk
Yes, we
about.
got a lot to talk about. I'm excited for tonight.
First of all, I owe Derek a dinner because he actually showed up. Trump showed up to the debate.
Yeah, so we had anyone that doesn't know, we had a deal that he said that Trump wouldn't show up to debate her. I'm like, please, if anything, she's not going to show up. So we had a little friendly debate dinner for, so we're going to the Black Whale.
Yep. You can get whatever you want
Yeah.
on the appetizer menu.
I'm excited. The kids menu?
Nah, anything you want, man. Anything you want. We could even get further discussions we're gonna have tonight about this debate. It was entertaining, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. But we have a great show today. How you doing, Jasmine? Tired? Jasmine was working hard on our social media. Anybody that doesn't know, we have a lot of new social media outlets for the Frequency Live, just for us, our show. So go log on to IG and Facebook, the Frequency Live.
Have YouTube up soon.
Yep, YouTube is coming soon. So you can get all the infos on the shows, a lot of clips, and actually go watch it on YouTube. And we're here on Facebook Live to watch. But don't forget also to download the WMB1 Radio app. So we got a good show today. We're gonna talk about the debate. We're gonna talk about Tyreek Hill traffic. I don't know what you issue. I don't know what you want to call it.
Traffic stop.
It's traffic stop. We're also gonna talk about Shannon. We're gonna talk about Taylor Swift endorsement.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Shannon Sharp. Wild boy there. That's a wild boy right there. And
It's yours.
and we like
It's yours.
that's a wild boy. And then we're gonna, have some fun with, we always try to throw in a relationship question, and we want to ask ourselves, what couples are more happier, the ones that post or don't? There's been a study out there that says, has the answer to that question, to see if we agree with that. But we also add a couple of things to our show. Number one, we're at the end of the show, we're going to do an ending monologue, as in we individual host each week is going to do an ending monologue, whatever topic they want to really just vent about, they can do so. So that's an addition to our show. And then we have a segment that we're going to involve Charlie in, and he's going to basically just give us some topics we could comment on. I've got to find a name of this segment. I haven't found a name, but something to just to comment on, trending topics that happen throughout the week. So what do you have for us, Charlie?
Well, I just we had a tragedy in this area September 6th, where a tragic car accident which occurred on Interstate 195 in New Bedford, Massachusetts, claiming the lives of a mother and her 13-year-old son. Mom was Gladys Evelise Cologne Coulian. I hope I didn't butcher up that name. 35 years old, and Willanil Osario Cologne were identified as victims of a single vehicle car crash that happened on Friday. So I believe the family is reaching out for help, and local schools are arranging grief counseling to support those affected by this heartbreaking loss. The devastating incident has undoubtedly sent shockwaves throughout the community. Our thoughts are with the loved ones of Gladys and Willanine during this incredibly difficult time. Uh, so,
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was driving to my route from work, and I actually saw when it after it just happened.
Yep.
You know, that I was actually stuck in that traffic when, you know, all the ambulances and the police officers were trying to get to the scene, and so I seen the vehicle, and it's kind of it's sad because, you know, the the woman and the I think it was a 13-year-old boy passed away. They left a sister who is now deemed not necessarily homeless, but without a home.
I mean, I think I heard that they were living out of the car.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
So
they
all
were living out
homeless.
that car.
Yeah, so
You can see
it's
all the stuff I
on
saw
the ground.
on the ground.
Yeah.
So, prayers to them.
Yeah.
I know they're doing a GoFundMe to donate or
We're having several different donations happening at the same time.
yeah. So
And
go.
I think the oldest sibling is going to take her in.
Yeah, I
They're
think
just waiting to place through. I think DCF has to get involved, so they have to
yeah.
like, place.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
sad.
So it's a sad situation. So what else do you have for us?
let's see. This is something that's dear to me, and that's fentanyl poisoning
Mhm.
and the epidemic. Deadly consequences of recreational use. There's a growing public health crisis. Fentanyl poisoning claims thousands of lives annually, and fentanyl, a potent synthetic opioid that often knowing mixed with recreational substances lead to catastrophic consequences. Just some key facts that fentanyl is 50 to 100 times potent than morphine. Its unintentional fentanyl exposure can occur through contaminated pills, powder, and skin contact. Recreational users may unknowingly consume fentanyl laced substances, thinking that they're other drugs. Overdoses symptoms include respiratory distress, confusion, and loss of consciousness. Um, this is a stat in 2022, over 71,000 Americans died from synthetic opioid related overdoses, primarily fentanyl. So, and one of the ages, fentanyl related deaths increased 54% among 15 to 24-year-olds between 2020 and 2022. There's some other facts that I have, but I just wanted to give you just some awareness of this. And, it's crazy. It's getting, these numbers are high, but they're extremely higher now.
Yeah, it's out of control.
Yeah, it is out of control. Just drug use and is out of control. I think that a lot of drug use has to do with mental health, dealing with things of everyday life is how people are handling them. I don't think they have the skills to handle them and the result, because I feel like drugs and alcohol can be like a depressant to numb yourself from the pain, so to speak. So yeah, it is. What do you have to say about that, Jan?
You don't want my opinion on it.
Because it'll be a discussion then. This is not a discussion. You have anything for else, Charlie?
One last thing locally. Dartmouth Orchards on Old Westport Road in Westport, lifelong Dartmouth resident. Actually, I'm sorry, that's in Dartmouth. He's a lifelong Dartmouth resident, owner of Dartmouth Orchards, Brian Medeiros. He invented something, and what he grows apples, and what he did is he put a sticker on an apple, and so after time he takes the sticker off the apple and it has a logo. Well, the logo was for breast cancer, and now it's on the apple. And so what he's doing at Dartmouth Orchards, he's selling those apples, and the money raised by people buying the apples will go to the Cancer Society or a fund or a charity. So that's something. If you like apples, why don't you go over to Dartmouth Orchards and swing by there, because it goes to a worthy charity.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So that was the topics of the week with Charlie Perry. We got to come up with a better name. But we're gonna take a commercial break, and we're gonna get into when we come back from the commercial break, we're gonna get into this debate with Trump and Harris. Very entertaining. So while we're on this commercial break, go to our social media pages and follow us on IG and Facebook, the Frequency Live, and download the WMB1 radio app so where you can hear us wherever you go. You don't have to listen to us on Facebook. You could just put on the app and listen to your car while you're at the gym or whatever you're doing. So we'll be right back after this. You'll listen to the Frequency Live on WMB1 radio. We'll be right back after this.
To tell them that WNB1 radio sent you.
Yes, we are back. We are back. This is the Frequency Live on WMB1 radio. I am your host, B. Carter.
Double D.
J Glock.
Yeah, I love that name. I love it. I knew you was gonna. I knew you're gonna embrace it. Yeah, it comes out the tongue. That Glock.
I need a fake Glock while I'm
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Fake, guys. I'm not gonna just start waving around guns.
All right, let's get into the news.
Is this
Oh, you did
I gotta know. I gotta know.
It's not the.
I gotta know. Is this the end?
Why is it in the news? The news with Double D.
All right, let's talk about the debate. Okay,
Let's go. Let's go.
The long-awaited debate finally came. Okay, my take on it. I think that it was 3 against 1. I think the two moderators were clearly, on the Democratic side. They seem to always question Trump and see if he's lying and fact check him where they didn't do anything for Kamala. I didn't like some of the things he said. The dog bullshit and eating dogs. I mean, dude's like, he gets, but Trump is Trump. I feel like we know who Trump is after all these years.
Mhm.
And I think people are trying to figure out who Kamala is. Okay. Here's a woman that no one voted for her. She was the vice president. So we're trying to figure out what she stands for, what she wants to do. I don't think she gave any answers. I feel like the first question she had was, are people better off now than they are 4 years ago? And she didn't even answer it. She just went, I'm from a small town. And she went on, I mean, I get it. They have these canned answers. They pivot, they bullshit. I get it. But I felt that she spread a lot of lies. And like what Trump said neither, but I wasn't happy with it, but I will say, like, when the debate was done, I felt like she did win by her. She handled herself pretty well, more so than Trump, I feel. But I don't think it moved the needle in any direction as far as like who people are going to vote for. Berto?
I'll go Jasmine. Yeah.
All right, so as y'all know, I don't watch this stuff because I don't have cable on purpose. But I will say, I pay attention to like what people are talking about the topic, and I will say that a lot of Democrats that I know felt the same way about Kamala.
Mm.
They said that she didn't really answer certain questions. She was really good at pivoting, like a lawyer does when they're trying to not incriminate their client. That they weren't really happy with that because they were hoping to get an idea of who she was better, because she is the vice president, so she kind of sits in the background a lot and doesn't have a lot of anything to say.
Yep.
So they were hoping to really get, like you said, everybody knows Trump is Trump. Nobody was expecting him to say anything profound or shocking. Like you knew he was going to say stupid.
Yeah.
You knew he was going to make arguments and say like that. We knew what he was going to do. But a lot of people that I know that are Democrats were, just kind of lackluster. Like we still don't know who this woman is, and we don't know what she stands for, other than like maybe a few things. So,
well, I got a lot to say.
Oh, you do?
I got a lot to say. I think obviously, we can agree that she won. I think that because I think we're bad pine because we're so used to how Trump is, we're just like people are just accepting it, like it's okay. If she was going against a person who wanted to talk about policies, you would have learned a lot more about who she was. But she wasn't going against a person like that. So she had to like literally try to say, this is what I'm gonna do, but then she literally challenged him, knowing that he doesn't have the temperament to stay on course. She did it on purpose. It was a strategic debate that worked and made him look where we want to look. But people are saying, well, that's who Trump is. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. When I'm watching that debate, regardless if I know what Trump stands for or Kamala stands for, there was a moment in that debate that I was scared about having Trump in office. I never felt that way before. I was scared because his temperament is not right that be a person that's supposed to be the leader of the free world. She mentioned about y'all good with these dictators because they'll compliment you and you fall for that stuff. And he has a reputation of doing that. And even when she was talking about crowd sizes, if you actually, the question was about, I think it was about immigration, but she ended it by saying, you ever been to his rally? She knew what she was doing. So I'm going to make you look stupid. Instead of you just staying on immigration, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show the people what you're more worried about. You're more worried about you. If the immigration was such a problem, stay on course and talk about the immigration. That's one of the things that they think that he's strong at. But he couldn't pass by talking about crowd size. She knew what she was doing.
She baited him.
She baited him and he fell for it.
He fell for it.
So you fell for something about crowd size. What about when Putin is trying to negotiate with you? Kim Jong-un, the dictators that's going to affect our world. And you cannot hear a simple bait about crowd size. She knew what she was doing. I'm going to show you that he's not even the right person to be in this position. And to be honest with you, like I said this before, if it was any other Republican in that seat other than Trump, Kamala doesn't win. But because it's Trump, she has a chance. And why does she have a chance? Because a lot of the things that people are saying, oh, that's just Trump. No, that's why Republicans are not going to be in office, because that is just Trump. So I think she did a good job. I think that he was very disrespectful. I don't like when he was talking, when you had the dog and cat thing. But know what I don't like? This is what it pisses me off. And I don't know if you guys caught this. When they asked her about the the race thing, about why we talking about if she's black or not. And know what his response was? His response was, I read that she was black or she wasn't black. I don't know. This is what I read. I also read that she puts out.
He said that on the.
He said that.
Oh, I didn't
I'm
hear
gonna
that.
bring. Yeah,
Yeah.
he said that she puts out. Why are we? Why are we defending and voting a man that's willing to do that? He's showing his character. He's showing his morals. Why? This is not a Republican or Democrat thing. The fact that you have no even mutual. You could disagree, but you're showing disrespect. So you may not know who Kamala is, but I know who Trump is, and I don't want that. He showed the disrespect. He even made lies that the Democrats want abortion in the 9th month. The 9th month. Now that's murder. You believe that that's what the Democrats are doing? But he'll say anything to see where it's.
But is that not happening in some states?
No.
I mean, I don't know. I don't
The
know.
9th month is murder.
I would argue that the 6th and 7th month is murder too.
Huh?
I might argue that the 6th and 7th month could be murder too.
Yeah, I was born. My mom was 6 months pregnant when I was born.
Right. So
but I can argue that 6 weeks is not.
I'm not disputing. I'm just saying if we're talking, I can argue.
But again, if we want to get in the abortion part of the debate, I look at it this way: do I believe in abortion? No. But do I believe to tell you what to believe? And what do I believe in telling you what you should do? No. Is it fair that you get pregnant and I'm telling you what you should do with your body?
Fair that I got pregnant.
Huh? But I'm just saying, I'm pointing to you because you're a woman. Is it fair? Like, no, I don't like. That's not right. I don't believe the government should tell you what you should do. Do I believe in abortion? No, I don't. But I don't, and that's why I say I vote for democracy. And then he's trying to pull back on it, saying that people wanted abortion. I bring it up. Let me see.
What do you mean people wanted abortion?
People wanted to change Roe versus Wade for the last 52 years. That's what he stated. So I'm just doing what the people wanted. No, you're doing what your followers wanted, which is half of the country. So that's fine. I'm not disrespecting people that don't believe in abortion. You can believe what you want to believe. And you can make choices however you want to make choices in your family. But now when people want to make a different choice that they may not have, you may not agree with, you're telling them they can't make those choices? That's not America to me.
So I mean, I don't want to go off topic,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt the same thing when they're telling people they're going to get vaccinated. When the government is telling you're going to get vaccinated or they lose their jobs, because Kamala said it on stage. No one should tell a woman what to do with her body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, white people telling them I got to get vaccinated, and they lose their jobs.
And guess what? Who was in office? Who during that when they were saying you have to get that? It was Trump. But he was more worried about BS instead of trying to go into the pandemic in the right way.
I know. Okay, listen. I know you blame everything on Trump.
No, I don't blame everything on Trump.
I remember Biden standing up there and say, get vaccinated so you don't get COVID, which is bullshit because you still get COVID with it. So a lot of this was Biden forcing people to lose their jobs, police officers, firefighters, school teachers, whatever. Yeah,
they were guided by the same person.
We mean by the same
Fauci.
Yeah, Fauci.
So
who just ignored the last century of
part
science
of the government. Yeah.
With immunity. All of a sudden, immunity isn't a thing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
but
naturally,
here's the thing. But here's the thing. If you want to, like, we're talking about, we're using COVID as a democracy. Y'all right. I'm not saying y'all wrong in that. Y'all right. They took away our right to choose for ourselves. But when you're going to a new pandemic where at the time they didn't know anything about this virus, so it's like, listen, you can make a choice. Yeah. But they don't know nothing about it. Now, when they know more about it,
it was bioengineered. It's not.
Well, wait, you could say that. That's a lot of conspiracy. But
it was
to me,
bioengineered.
Now we know that. If it was,
I
don't know
that back then. Anybody who thought any different is crazy.
At the time,
how is it that the scientists just go, oh, we're gonna have a pandemic every 100 years?
Yeah.
Like, sorry,
Listen,
nature don't work like that.
but my-
Nature doesn't work on your time.
Like seriously.
yeah, but listen, my argument wasn't to talk.
No, I know, but I'm
COVID.
just
No, I'm
saying.
not
My
talking about
argument saying
democracy.
is you know, you don't want to tell a woman what to do with their body. Don't tell people they need to
Anybody.
get
You're
vaccinated.
right. I'm not arguing
It's
that,
simple.
but but it's the same argument.
Yeah.
But again, if it was about what people wanted, then during the pandemic, it should have been the same thing. You're absolutely right, and people sued for it and won and got their jobs back. Yeah, because they weren't given the choice to choose for themselves. You're absolutely 100% right.
So since we brought up the abortion part of the debate, okay, let me just say this because I think this is a very good point.
Okay.
If I shoot someone that's 7 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant, and she dies, like I'm up for double murder. Is that correct, Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm up for double murder. So that baby that's inside her belly is a baby, or right? So why is it not killing when it's the 7th month?
Not after 6 weeks. The
Well,
7th
actually,
month.
even at the 6 weeks.
Yeah, you can
because
still
it's-
get double
there's-
murder.
Yeah.
Anytime you
that's-
kill a mother, a pregnant mom, doesn't matter. All of a sudden, it doesn't matter what week she's at. She was pregnant. That's a double murder.
Yeah.
But you have to be a person to be murdered.
Right, so explain
Explain
that to me.
That's a loophole. Again, I don't believe in abortion. You keep on saying that.
I don't either. No, I think I think you and I are on the same page with
But
this.
I don't believe in telling people
Yeah.
what to do.
Listen, I am pro-choice, and I'm pro-choice because like I don't want to know. Like I don't want to know if someone had an abortion. I don't want to know. That's between you and God. That's between you and whoever. Like I don't want to know.
Yeah.
You know, do I advocate for that? No. You know, I wouldn't want that. I do feel like, like incest. I do feel if the mother's gonna die, like all those things, I'm fine with it, right? But if you get to whatever 4, 5, 6 months and it's because you broke up with your boyfriend, whatever, that's just bullshit wrong to me. And I don't care the approach, my choice, whatever. That's a wrong choice. You should not have that choice if it's because, whatever. Just my opinion. But I am pro-choice, so I don't want to know,
Everybody can have their feelings.
Everyone has it.
No, but again, you have a choice. So basically, but when you're voting for Trump, and all the people that will vote for people not to be allowed to have an abortion, you're not pro-choice.
Okay, but yes, I am. Okay, because I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for the Republican side this time for a majority of things, not just for like the abortion thing. But let me just say that, like the abortion ban, that was bullshit. He's not going to ban abortion, like Kamala said. That was one of the lies that she said. Oh, if Trump's president, he's going to like ban abortion. That's not true. He's never going to do that.
Didn't he say he wants to leave it up to the individual states?
The states. He moved it to the states.
Yeah, that was his second choice.
But isn't that how it's
Initially,
always
it didn't
been?
start that way.
No, it hasn't been, because he put conservative judges, and it one of the reasons why they wanted conservative judges in there, so they can eliminate Roe versus Wade.
But I thought that like some places though, like maybe it might not have been illegal, but like they just didn't do it. Like certain states, like you couldn't find doctors.
But it
who
was
would do it.
it was it wasn't. It was now it's deemed illegal where they cannot do it.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is like so state to state, certain states, I think I'm pretty sure down south, like if you were to try to get an abortion,
I'm telling you, it's not.
I'm not saying it's illegal. You're not listening.
I am.
I'm saying doctors, the personal choices of doctors. You couldn't find
want
people to do it.
But there was abortion clinics in states that didn't believe.
Yes.
Yes. they
But
were.
you know how hard it is to get to those. They purposely put them in places that you can't, like,
Okay,
like the
that's a
poor
different
people.
conversation,
But
but
what
they
I'm
were-
saying
they
is
exist.
those states that are now illegal, they were always hard to get abortions in, regardless.
All right, it's one thing of being hard to get an abortion, then you're
Most of those people
you're
still
demon that
travel
you could
out of
get
state.
like doctors could get prosecuted if you form an abortion. That's totally two different conversations. If it's hard to get an abortion, they don't.
It was damn near
then, but again, all right, that's a different conversation. I just don't feel like
I'm just saying it's the people that have lived there their whole lives. It's no different.
okay, that's fine. But I just don't believe that the government should tell people what to do with their bodies.
No, I don't either.
I don't agree. And that's where it stands. Now, what businesses strive in these states or whatever, if it's abortion, non-abortion, that's just a different conversation. But
Can I tell you one little story real quick?
Okay.
But I do feel like I am pro-choice, just where I stand.
Uh-huh.
But I have a really dear friend. She's a Dominican woman. She's a couple years younger than me. Her, when she was like an infant, like I'm talking like right out of the hospital, okay, her mom dropped her off at the doorsteps at the projects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the mother said, who wants her, and left.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people came outside, whatever, and she's like, oh my God, that's so and so's granddaughter, like the baby, the infant. That's so and so's granddaughter. So the grandmother raised her, okay, and she has 2 beautiful kids. She's a principal in Rhode Island,
Mm-hmm.
okay, successful person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and she'll tell you, she's like, if my mom had access to have an easy abortion or have an abortion, I wouldn't be here right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, she's thankful that her mom couldn't have an abortion because she's living a great life right now and has 2 beautiful kids. So, there's both sides of the argument,
But that's what I'm saying. But at that point in time, it was her mother's body and her choice. And I understand it's looking on the spectrum where now we're playing Monday morning quarterback and looking what she turned out. That's great. And I applaud that. And I wish that a lot of stories would turned out that way. But let's talk about the stories.
I agree.
Stories that turns out the opposite way.
I totally agree with you.
So again, I don't want a woman to even make that choice. That has to feel like she got to make that choice, because that's at the end of the day, even if they make that choice, they still got to go through a lot of stuff to even get to that point. So abortion in general sucks.
So yeah, Christy, my friend Christy, thanks for watching. I think she made a good point. Like, why is abortion being discussed at a pension? That should maybe just be between your doctor and why is it
because Trump put in conservative judges to take away the rights of people.
But listen, abortion has always been in politics. It's not Trump didn't bring it in 2016. Abortion always been a topic.
But we always had Roe versus Wade, where it didn't affect society. You could have the conversation and debate about it, but when you put it into policies, you're taking away some rights of women. That's what it comes down to. It's not necessarily abortion. You're having the debate because you have conservative judges are starting with abortion to take away women's rights. We're going backwards. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, you're gonna take women's rights to go vote.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Handmaid's Tale.
What's that?
The Handmaid's Tale.
The Handmaid's Tale.
You've never seen the show?
What?
It's basically about what we're seeing right now.
What?
Where these influential men and the politicians came together, and with the rest of the world, all these people came together, and only America decided they were going to have this almost post-apocalyptic society where men were the top dogs again.
Mm-hmm.
Women were there for solely birthing and raising families.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem was, how we're seeing a decline in the birth rate.
Mm-hmm.
So they were realizing that the birth rate was going really low. So a lot of their wives were not able to conceive, but maybe it was also because of them, maybe sperm count. They don't really ever blame it on the men. They only blame it on the women. And they had handmaidens, and the handmaidens are the women in society who can still have children. And they were forced to perform sexual acts like breeding stock.
Really?
Yep. The wives are involved. You got to watch the show. It's really, really crazy, but it's kind of like talking about this, taking women's rights away. They're pretty much just there to support the men. It
starts here.
Yeah.
And so it's but
again, it's bad.
Yeah. And again, that's why it's a comment. Thanks for your comment. What's her name?
Christy.
Thanks for your comment, Christy. That's why it's not necessarily the abortion itself, it's the right. You're taking away rights from women. So that just starts there. So that's why we're the court. I don't think it's a legit entity, the Supreme Court, because it's one way, and I don't think the court should be that way, because things like this, because it could literally take away rights off of beliefs, and that's not fair.
I mean, I do feel like abortion, guns, it should be all 50 universal. I don't know why it's states have it should be universal. That's just my opinion. Abortion should be any 50 states.
Probably because if you think about it, the government, it's too many states. Is for a gun registry for the entire 50 states would be, you'd never get a license. The licensing, look how long it took when COVID happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it was months and upon months to get your license. So now imagine 50 states all submitting their gun licenses to one.
No, and I don't agree with that. I think it should be run by the state, but they all should be run by the state under the same type of law. That's what I and that's what.
Okay, so the same thing with abortion, then, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's and that's why. But I don't want to take people's choice to have a gun. I don't want I don't want that, but I also want certain laws to protect us from people who have guns.
How about when people commit crimes without a license to carry a gun? They just go to jail and stay there.
Yeah, how we
But I don't want. But I'm trying to eliminate the.
And I mean violent crimes.
Yeah.
Not like the stupid like you got like I don't know like I don't believe in just locking people up for stuff where they didn't commit an actual violent crime like the people who are in jail because they sold weed, but then you got rapists walking around. I think any violent like actual violent crime where you killed somebody, something where you put harm on people. You actually did something. You know, because I mean, listen, I know plenty of people who have made mistakes in their past, but it wasn't violent. They had what they had, they did what they did, but it wasn't necessarily violent. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah, but
I think those people are redeemable. But some people, after so much BS, like you gotta stay in a cage.
Yeah. No, I understand that there's certain crimes that is just your threats to society, and a lot of those crimes has to deal with weapons. If it's guns, if it's knives, if it's anything, you know. But I just feel like we need to understand how flawed human beings are, and we need to hold them as accountable. We need to really monetize the easy access of guns. I'm not saying take away your guns. I'm not. Even Kamala Harris, she said she's a gun owner. She believes in guns. It's and why don't you believe it?
Because you know I don't believe it.
Why?
Because in 2019, when she ran for president, okay, when she was like on the far progressive side, she said she's gonna take your guns back, and she said she's gonna make it a mandatory. Charlie, what do you know the word that she used? She said I was gonna make it mandatory buyback. Okay, when she ran, that's what she said. And then she changed her views a little bit when she was on the ticket with Biden, because, you know, again, hey, when you're running for president, you gotta go to the bullshit and go to the middle of the road for a little while just to get votes. In the meantime, Kamala does say, oh, my views have never changed. So which one is it? If your views have never changed, you wanted to do a buyback.
Being hypocritical, because Trump's views change all the time. He throws out things. You can't say that for one person and not to hold the other person with the same accountability. All right, it was 2019. You go through life, and you figure out maybe this is not right.
No, let me finish. Yeah.
Okay.
But you're missing my point. I don't mind if she changed her views, then say it. She just came on the air and said, you know, my views have never changed. Did you not say that?
No, she didn't say her views didn't change. She's like,
my policies have never changed.
No, not even. She didn't even say policies.
Okay.
She's just like my. What's the word she used? Like my
policies.
No, I'll go back to it. We're gonna get on to the next topic.
All right.
Tyreek Hill. This situation became a situation that hold on. I want to play. Tyreek Hill is a Miami Dolphins wide receiver. He plays for the Miami Dolphins, and he got pulled over by police officers for driving. And this is what I'm trying. Let me pull up what happened. I'm gonna play the body camera if I can even get it. Oh, excuse me. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Hold on.
He did score a touchdown that day, by the way.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Like what? Why do you have it on? Hey, keep your window down. Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car. Give me that. Break that freaking window. Get out of the car. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 What part of law don't you understand? Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. I'm getting You understand?
I'm getting out.
You understand? Not for you, what we tell you. You're a little fucking confused.
I'm getting out, bro.
Too late.
Chill,
Too late.
All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro.
We are. We will.
Good, bro.
It is good.
Hey.
Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. You stop crying.
Bro. Y'all.
Don't move.
Good. Bro, you beating on my window like you crazy.
Set him up.
Why y'all beating on my window like y'all crazy for? Damn, yo, bro. Bro, dude beating on my window like he crazy. I ain't do nothing to it.
But I will discuss what it is.
Hey, don't park there. Don't park there.
Hey. Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just tell you in your ears when we go there.
Chill, bro. Hey, don't do, bro.
Back up.
Hey, call Drew.
That's
Hey,
his
call
teammate
Drew.
pulled over to try
Call
to
Drew, bro. Hey, call Drew, bro. Hey, what? Hey, call Drew, bro. Just call Drew. Hey.
All right, so I'm sure a lot of people have seen the body camera. Yeah, so Derek, what do you think about it?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like people are not going to like my comments. Okay, this is just my thoughts.
Why not?
I don't know, because I feel like you know what? If a cop says to roll down your window, freaking roll down the window. Dude, as simple as that. Authority figure. Cop,
There's a lot of people
says,
saying that though,
right? Yeah. Well, I hear a lot of people. Maybe it's on my Facebook. I have people. Oh, you know, what's the big deal? Let him go. Fucking whatever. Give me the ticket. Let him go on his way. And I'm like, that's fine if you follow the little procedures, right? You know, follow the procedure. You're on your way in 5 minutes. But when you do this shit, you're not.
I don't know.
You can go before I do.
No, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Anybody drive in Florida? Like, seriously, have you guys like driven in Florida?
Yeah.
Nobody does the speed limit.
No.
Not a damn person does the speed limit. I mean, it's like literally like 5-lane highways, streets of three streets wide on each side. Like, especially in Miami, like these people, like I've driven in these areas. Like, people do not do the speed limit. So I feel like it's a little excessive. Like, just asking, like pulling them. I think they saw the car. They knew what they was doing. I think they did. I think they saw a really nice car that is not your average person.
Which they probably all like that in Miami.
No, not all like that.
Well, we talked about that on Straight to the Point. How apparently there was situations prior to this date where he was speeding like this around the arena, and they just were prepared on this particular day.
So they knew they were eyeballing him then.
Yeah. Let me see my two pieces, then we could get into this. I think Tyreek and the cop,
and Brian says comply.
He goes. I think Tyreek and the cop were both moving with some type of entitlement and ego. All right. And Brian is right. He goes, this we could do, cooperate and things won't escalate. And I was told that by one of my best friends, Nate Montero, who's a Mass State Troopers cop. And I'm going to tell you a story. All right. And then we could get into this. That he told me that I had to see from a cop's point of view. And I didn't look at it this way, and I really look at it. So when he was on the road, he went to the scene of an accident. And Charlie, I'm sure that you have probably this experience. Mm-hmm. He told me this experience and made me look at a cop in a totally different way, because we forget cops are human beings also. So he pulled up to an accident. Someone was speeding, but because they were speeding, they killed a mother and her son. Okay. The person that was speeding survived. So he was he saw, I don't want to call it corpses or whatever, visually. So after they cleaned up the area, they did what they had to do. He continued his shift. No more than 10 minutes later, somebody's speeding again. he still got this image in his mind. So now he's approaching this car with a different type of emotion because what he just saw, someone speeding.
Mhm.
So now he's being more extra aggressive, saying, why are you speeding? He's like, now he's mad because he just came from a scene where someone's speeding and you killed a mother and her child.
Right.
So a lot of people don't understand what these cops seen on a day-to-day basis, and they got to try to, because they're professionals, they got to control your emotions, whatever. Help them out and cooperate so things won't escalate. All right. Now, this incident is not to that extreme. You say that it was a 55 and a 40-mile area. What's the big deal? What's the big deal is right at the stadium, meaning there's a lot of pedestrians, a lot of kids, a lot of people walking around. So it was probably 40, and it was probably a 40-mile, 40. It was probably 40 miles when a game's not going on.
Yeah.
But you need to slow down, right? But okay, you got pulled over. No big deal. You got pulled over. Now, he comes up to you. You pull your window down. He actually goes, then he sees that you don't have your seatbelt on. He's, how come you have your seatbelt on? Now you're giving his license, you're giving him attitude. Yo, just give him my ticket.
Yeah.
Just give him my ticket, right? So now if you see the cop, he's looking in the window, right? He's looking in the window because he probably sees if there's anything else he hasn't seen in there because the window's tint. So he has to like, all right, I can't see in the car. He's probably looking at a inspection sticker. That's protocol, right? And he pulls up his window. This window is tinted windows. Now, as a cop, think about what the story just told you. That's suspicious behavior. I'm not a cop, but that's suspicious behavior. Why are you pulling up your windows? So I can't see what's inside?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
What about the AC? Maybe you wanted to say cool.
Huh? It doesn't matter.
He could be grabbing a gun.
Because
I don't think they knew who he was.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It does not matter. It doesn't matter because even if he had a gun, obviously Tyreek, he's not going to do anything with it, but maybe he shouldn't have it and he could get in trouble. So he's trying to, if he cooperated, things will escalate. He probably would have got a warning. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
But no, he gave attitude because he's Tyreek.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he was entitled.
That's the only thing I don't agree with, the entitlement. But
okay, but that's what started it. Like, remember what I told you last week? If I'm trying to find a solution to a problem, I don't look how it ended. I look how it started. Because you change the beginning, you're gonna change the ending. You can't change the ending to change the beginning. That's not how it works. So how can we avoid?
But we didn't get to see the very beginning.
Yeah, we did.
That wasn't the very beginning.
Yeah, it was.
Knocked on the window. Why are you knocking my window?
He was given attitude because when he pulled his window out, he was knocking on his window. And he goes, hey, put your window down. He wouldn't do it.
But was that after he asked for his license and
registration? Yeah, he already got his license and registration.
That's what I'm saying. We missed that part. We didn't see.
Yeah, no, it showed it. It showed it, Jasmine. It like
I didn't even hear it.
Right straight.
But he should just listen to the cop. Pull the window down.
He said. Then he pulled his window back up, and the cop. And he pulled it down this much to yell at the cop to saying, why are you knocking on my window? Your window's tinted. I don't know what you got in that car. Yeah. Now this is behavior. If you're not doing nothing, Tyreek, then listen, just keep your window down, keep it moving. So now here's the thing. The cop that first approached him wasn't the cop that grabbed him out of the car. The cop that approached him, you could see him, he turned, he's like, what am I supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
Because this dude is not complying, right? He's like, and Tyreek kept on being an asshole, keeping on being an asshole to the first cop, to a point where the second cop came in and said, you know something, motherfucker?
The big brother.
He was like, yo, I'm gonna get you out. He took the first cop's kindness for weakness, and that's the problem. You could be a kind cop, y'all being cool, but y'all gonna continue being a freaking asshole, and you expect the cop to still remain cool. Instead of the cop's being cool, you being cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So now he pulled you off. Now y'all playing the victim. Twin, what you doing? Why you being right? Dude, he's right. Like, even though he said aggressively, he's not wrong with what you said. He was like, yo, he goes, my knee. He goes, and he said, no, like, you wasn't worried about that when you was mouthing off.
Mm-hmm.
So the cop is wrong. Yes, he was overly aggressive. He should be reprimanded. Should he lose his job? No, I don't think so, unless he has a history of this. But people are overlooking how Tyreek handling themselves, and why I'm holding Tyreek such a in such more of accountability, because Tyreek, you have a platform where little kids emulate you. So now kids are emulating you. They're gonna think that that's okay to do.
I hate when people. I'm sorry. I'm a parent. I hate when people talk about famous people as though they should give a rat's ass about our kids. I'm sorry. That is not. No, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. They're a person. They're a human being. They're not responsible for our kids looking up to them. You should teach your kid.
It comes with the jobs.
But they
do. It is what it is, yo.
It doesn't matter.
We live with the world.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it
They're
does
not
matter.
responsible
Yeah, it does
for how
matter.
your children view them.
If you have the consumer paying that multi-million-dollar check and you want to,
that's your fault for paying it.
Yeah, but listen, they're not responsible. But they do. But they do.
It comes with
these people.
responsibility.
But that's your problem as a parent, that your kids are like, I want to be like that rich person who's no different than me.
No,
they're just rich.
It applies to the police too.
Exactly. But you want the police to act a certain way.
Your whole job is to protect the other people. That's your job. No. An athlete's job is to go out on a field, kick around the ball, whatever their position is. That's their job. That's their job. They did not sign they did not sign a contract.
Keyword professional.
Yes, it doesn't matter. They did not sign a contract to uphold any laws with citizens. They signed a contract to throw a football, catch a football, kick a football, score some touchdowns or basketball, whatever sport they play. They have no obligation to the public. They did not sign a contract or taking an oath to the public. They have your kids looking up to them. That's your problem as a parent.
There's a famous saying by Charles Barkley, I am not a role model.
Yeah.
And he says that.
Because he's not. He's an average person who's going to do what he does. Him being in the spotlight is not his problem when your kids are emulating him.
But here's the thing. He's not, but he is. It
no,
is
that's
what it
you
is.
Giving, no, that's
no, it
what
isn't.
You want him to be.
No, it isn't.
That's like me saying Cardi B shouldn't walk around singing WAP because my daughter might hear her on the radio. No, my daughter doesn't have an opportunity to hear her on the radio. My daughter doesn't even know who Cardi B is. My daughter has never heard Cardi B and been like, I like this song.
Jasmine, you're living in the world the way it should be. You are absolutely right, but that's not the way it is.
But that's the parent.
So but again, there comes with some responsibility for having the platform that you have. It is what it is. It's the same thing as a president. When you're the president of the United States, there's some type of responsibility that you got to act in a certain manner. When I put on a UPS uniform, it is what it is. I have a responsibility of act a certain way. I cannot mouth off to a customer, even though I may be right.
Yeah.
If I mouth off to a customer with that uniform on, I'm going to held accountable by my company.
But that's a contract you signed.
No, I didn't. I didn't sign to be.
I bet you anywhere
I didn't
in your job role, it says you are a representation of this company, and if you act as anything other than
what do you think the football like the Miami
you
Dolphins
think they
are?
give a fuck about your kids? The NFL gives a damn about your kids. Hell no. Hell no.
And you think UPS does?
Yeah.
No, UPS just doesn't want you embarrassing them with their uniform on.
Where's
the outrage by the NFL?
It's the same
Where's
thing.
the outrage?
It is the outrage.
Wait, no, where is their outrage? Have they talked about it?
Yeah, they are.
What are they saying?
They are. It is the outrage.
They backed Tyreek on that.
Oh, so they backed him.
But here's the thing.
So they said he was right.
They no.
Letter.
So they said he was right.
At first.
Thank you.
And then Tyreek comes out. I think he came out early.
NFL don't give a damn about your kids.
Because of sponsors, right?
Yeah.
Because he came out. He came out.
He came out and says, I could have acted totally different.
Yeah, but that's because he doesn't want to lose his sponsors. The NFL backed him, though.
Yeah. So, Charlie, let me ask Charlie. So, anyone that doesn't know that's listening, Charlie is a 25, 30-year veteran police officer, right?
Yep, 30 years.
So, let me ask you something. When
retired.
When you're being trained as a police officer, right? I mean, these cops, they told him he didn't comply. They told him, are you taught to hey, come out of the car, or are you taught to grab him out of the car with some type of force?
No, at all times you got to control the situation.
You got to control it, right?
You're not going to give him warning that I'm going to grab you out of the car. You're just going to grab him.
Mm-hmm.
Once that violation, once that arrestable violation, which they felt they had, that he's disorderly, he's not giving up his license, registration, that right there, that's arrestable because he didn't give it up. So the other thing is they're out of position. So in a lot of situations at traffic stops, someone should be on the other side. No
Mhm.
one else is on the other side. They're all on the driver's side. So what that tells me as a police officer, they knew who was in that car.
Mhm.
The secondly is that the other thing I have that I'm pointing all this out is the body cam. You're supposed to activate that at the beginning stages of your stop.
Yeah.
So it should be activated when someone's on that motorcycle or in a cruiser.
It was activated. I didn't get the thing. It was I saw the body cam right before it showed him driving by fast.
Yeah.
And the body, and when, because literally he put the body cam on because they were on motorcycles and they chased him and he went beside him and told pull over because Type put the window down as they were driving to pull over. And so you saw this all from the body cam video.
And I want to, because I didn't see that, but I just wanted to point that out. Is were they selective given the video that we do have, but obviously there's more. So I'm sorry, Derek. What was your point? Like you were.
I was just asking if the cops did it right by dragging him out of the car after he didn't comply when they asked him to.
They did all that right. The only problem I have is that he didn't go to a jail cell.
Right. So if they're gonna arrest him, right?
Yeah, that's an improper seizure. That's why, whoever's on administrative leave probably had a lot to do with that seizure. So
do you think that, like, after he didn't listen, the cops dragged him out? Like at that point, were the cops trying to do the Dolphins a solid by letting him go so he can play in the game?
Even that, they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
So
because Dolphin security came and they talked to him, and that's when after they talked to the police officers, they released him then.
Yeah.
Because when he was rolling out the window, he was calling his agent. Again, it's a sense of entitlement. You're calling your agent, you're calling your mommy to freaking get you out of this situation when y'all grown up.
I mean, that's what they're trained to do, though. That you're supposed to call your agent anytime you get the cop.
I understand that, but but you don't not cooperate with the cop to call your agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, if you're about to go in jail or you want your phone call, you get to call somebody, you call your agent. Yeah, that's fine. But I don't even think it would have escalated to this point if you just keep your window down.
I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying, like what he said, like Charlie said, they knew who was in the car. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Why does that matter?
Because so here's the thing. We don't know if these cops have had interactions with him beforehand. We don't know. We are not in Miami. None of us are there. We don't know if like those cops patrol that area and they've said stuff to him and he's like, we don't know if there's tension between these. These might be the same cops that are on patrol every day, all the time. And they probably, I hate to say it, but like sometimes you look at your job and you're like, I do really hard work and I don't get fucking paid. But these motherfuckers go to practice every day, throw a football, and they make him. I'm just saying, you don't know the dynamic of the situation.
Yeah, but you're right. You're right.
For us to sit here and be like, they're wrong or he's wrong.
I'm so tired of like, you're
not even listening. I'm talking about both sides. I'm saying both sides. We don't know either dynamic, and we're trying to say who's right or wrong, and we can't say that because we are not there every day. So we don't know if the cops have made it difficult. We don't know if Tyreek and all his friends that he plays with have made it difficult. We don't know the dynamic. But like he said, he's a cop. These guys clearly knew it wasn't a dangerous situation because they weren't patrolling the car the right way to manage if there wasn't like something that could happen. They knew who they were pulling over because they were all on his side. Like he just said, whenever I've had cops pull me over for when let me just put it out there. I was in Newton, Massachusetts. It was me who looked Spanish and a bunch of black girls in the car, and we're the only people that get pulled over for all slamming on our brakes. 5 cars in a row. We're the only one in the middle. We get pulled over for slamming on our brakes after 5 cars did it. Okay? And let me tell you something. 2 cops on both sides. Like, boom. Looking in at everybody. They knew who they were pulling over. They knew what they were getting into. Because guess what? I can almost guarantee you this isn't the first time they've had interactions with each other. I can almost guarantee you that these guys and him have probably...
You're putting out a scenario that you don't know nothing about.
We don't know nothing about
this. All right, but we know what we see.
Yeah.
Regardless if they had history or not, you still don't act the way you act. It doesn't matter if your history.
He admitted to that. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter if you had history before. That's not the right way to, if it's the first encounter or the 10th encounter. You don't act like that. I don't care. I don't care. No, it's not about being fed. Just cooperate. I just went through a sobriety check. And soon my thing is this: sobriety check came up, and freaking I put my window down. How you doing, sir?
Right.
She goes, how you doing, sir? He goes, how you doing? He goes, sobriety check and this and that. She goes, I know, sir. She goes, I see that. She's like, and he asked me, he goes, why? Because you read a newspaper? She says, no. I says, I just see all these cops in this one lane, so it looks like a sobriety check, sir. He says, and know what he go? Go ahead, man. Yeah. You give them that respect, they'll give it back to you.
Not everybody does, though.
No, every single time. Every single time. I don't care if he pulled me over because I'm black. Every single time I got pulled over, yes, sir. No, sir. I leave either with a warning or y'all set. Every single time. Don't play the victim. It's to a point where it's people need to understand the cops are the authority figure in that situation, like it or not. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. Life is not fair. So I want everybody to go home. Understanding, I try to give you the story what my friend said with the accident. Cops are human too. Just like you have emotions, we have our emotions. So we both need to control our emotions. Let's help each other. So it's yes, sir. No, sir. Okay, sir. I apologize, sir. You got to humble yourself because they're authority. Same thing if you're in school and you see a teacher. That's the authority figure. That's not your mommy. That's your daddy. That's the authority figure in the school. But now we have kids fighting teachers in school because they don't respect authority figures.
That's parents.
But again, because the parents are saying, no, you're black and this and that. No, don't say that. Don't give them any excuse to defy any type of authority figure. That's what I'm saying. It goes, regardless if the cop is right or wrong. In this instance, they were both wrong. They were both. The cop was overly aggressive and he was an asshole. They were both assholes. And that's how I look at it. In regards to Tyreek, you could be Tyreek or you could be Tariq. It doesn't matter. You act the same. He doesn't get special treatment because he's a professional football player and they know who he was. What if they didn't know who he was and that person thought, I can act that way because I saw Tyreek act that way? Should it be like that? Should parents be more responsible? But yeah, but we already know how parents are in this country. They're not as parents the way they're not parents like you, Jasmine. So a lot of parents are not. So a lot of kids are being raised looking at Tyreek.
So someone made a comment. William, that he was polite and he still got pulled over.
Who?
Or still got arrested. It's right on the screen. So I do feel like, to your point, 90% of the time.
90% of the time.
90% of the time. I feel like there's going to be a couple of times.
Nothing's going to be 100%.
Yeah.
Listen, all I know is I'm 5'2". I weigh 130 pounds. And anytime I've been pulled over, because my last name looks Spanish, I look real Spanish. People assume I'm Spanish. I always have a male gun on it. I'm like, bro, like, I'm not in a gang. What the fuck are you coming? I'm not joking. You guys think I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
I'm 5'2", and I've been pulled over, and a 6-foot-something male has his hand on in his daylight. You can see there's no one in my car, and like, I'm 5'2", 130 pounds. What the fuck am I doing to you? Like, I'm just saying, sometimes as a person who is trying to be compliant, sometimes you're met with, I'm pulling you over and yelling at you.
But
You're
Jasmine,
like,
do you feel like the solution is not to be compliant, or you have more of a chance to get past that situation alive and
I don't know. You just heard about the story about what happened to me when I didn't even do anything with a cough.
Nothing in life is 100%.
I'm just saying. But you're asking people to, like you just said, cops are people. You're asking people to not be people.
No, I'm asking people to expect the same discipline.
I'm not saying anybody
the same discipline you want from the cop. Perform that same discipline. You know what I'm saying? If that cop's coming all rowdy, just be respectful. Deal with it later. Make your complaints.
What if they don't get to later? What about the guy who had a toy gun in a store that got shot? There is no later for him. I'm just saying, not everything is so cut and dry.
I didn't say that, but I'm giving you. I want more of a chance. you're trying to give excuses not to comply.
No, I'm
I'm
not.
saying you have more of a chance.
I'm just saying we don't know what happened.
Yeah, so listen,
Oh.
I 100 you have to comply. I feel 100% of the time you have to comply. But to your point about people, right? These cops pull up to your window, like they're always trying to figure out because everyone's trying to get over on them. Everyone's trying to lie to them. Everyone's trying to like bullshit them. Everyone's trying to like hide their shit. So these guys have to make split-second decisions. Does this woman have some? Or does this guy have some? Is this so they have jobs to do. You just got to listen to them and you be on your way most of the time.
I have a question, Charlie. So when you go through the academy, right, and how do they teach you how to approach a situation like that? Because I know they don't teach you to say be all soft,
right?
Because you gotta establish your position in that position. So do they teach you a little bit to try to be a little bit aggressive or show some type of strength?
Well, we're always going to watch movement and any kind of movement, whether it's to the left or right or center. I mean, you got to think the worst. So when you're wondering why that driver moved to the right, move to the left. There's a lot of things. Why are they speeding? What's going on? There's so many things, but the one thing you want to worry about is what you're seeing and that you're safe, and the other people around you are safe. So, you want to kind of be able to control yourself, at all times. Because if you're not controlling yourself, you're not going to be able to control the person that's in the car. So, but like I said the other day on Thursday, that usually when there's a number of police officers there, they're all seeing different things and they're at different levels. One may be high and elevated and don't want to take any BS today. Someone else may be even keeled and say, look, Officer Demers, you got in trouble last week. Let me handle this. Stay over there. I got this, so on and so forth. So there's a lot going on here. And as far as being aggressive, with me, that didn't come off. I mean, that wasn't too much. During my traffic stops, I try to take control of it. Usually waited for backup, but I don't know. The ending story of this, I just don't like it because he was handcuffed and not going to jail.
And if he was handcuffed, he should have went to jail.
Should have went to jail.
But that's the entitlement that he had that he thought he can get away with in the beginning of the stop. So that's what shows is like that's the mindset. Like he would have. They let him go after they handcuffed him. If he just complied, they probably would have said, "All right."
Yeah.
No, if he complied, I guarantee you that would have lasted maybe 7 minutes.
Yeah. Go score a touchdown. Have a great game.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. And the whole now they're being over aggressive. I mean, he's talking about his knee. Oh, I just had surgery on my knee. When you scored, then an hour later, he scored a 90-yard touchdown in the game. It was, I don't think there's much wrong with that knee if you're able to do that because your whole game is about your speed. So again, it's like I have nothing towards Tyreek. I think, you know what I'm saying? But if Tyreek has a history of some messed up stuff, and I'm a Raiders fan, and anybody know about Henry Ruggs, who was speeding, who killed people, and he was in the same type of car, having that same mindset. You know what I'm saying? There's a wide receiver, Rice, that's for Kansas City, same thing. Remember Stallworth, who killed somebody, like aggressively, remember Tyreek is only 26 years old. You know what I'm saying? You're giving all that money, all that power, all this celebrity that, which all due respect, comes with power. It shouldn't, but it does. And there's some responsibility that you expect a 26-year-old to take on.
Yeah.
Is it fair? No, it's not fair. But for everybody to be safe to go home, you have more of a chance to cooperate so things won't escalate, so everybody go home. If the cop was over aggressive still when you cooperated, then you go to that station and you file a complaint. You do it that way. I don't want cop shootings when it can be avoided for the most part. And that's what I'm saying. Is there bad cops out there? Yes. That's a totally different conversation that we should be having of how you are hiring cops, because it is a difficult job. And I respect that so much where I'm going to keep on saying yes or no, sir, even if it's a race of FF on the other side of that, on the other side of that door. So,
all right. Good stuff.
Yeah. What's the next thing?
We have Taylor Swift
Taylor
endorses Kamala Harris.
How do we always end up back to these?
This could be real quick. This could be a real quick.
Yeah, this is a quick one.
Real quick one.
My Taylor Swift, you go back to the logo in the background.
So my thought on this is, I feel like it was staged, staged that she came out right after the debate to be like, "Hey, I endorse Kamala." Almost like if Kamala failed at the debate, maybe she could help survive it a little bit, and if she did well, what she did, kind of give it more head steam, whatever. You know what? I don't think she's moving the
Taylor
needle.
Swift changes economy, so I can only imagine how she can sway an entire freaking presidential campaign.
Yes,
the woman, that girl, like her power is unmatched.
yeah, but I think the everyday person, like she doesn't care. She has more money than God.
No, but you're missing the point. Like, this is actually, for anybody who doesn't want Kamala Harris to become president, this is the worst case scenario because people do things because Taylor Swift did it and said it.
Yeah, they dress
Like
her,
you don't
act
understand.
like they're sing like
her
her.
boyfriend's team's tickets like tripled in price. They have seen more women at these games than they've ever seen in like NFL history. In every city she goes to watch the games, they're pulling in millions that weekend that they've never made before. This woman has college courses at Harvard about her.
Listen.
No, you don't understand.
Listen,
she could probably make Kamala win.
I find that hard to believe. Okay, because I know she's packing the stadiums. More women are watching football than ever. Okay, that's fine. I get it. But I'm talking. I feel my opinion. The everyday person that has to pay for groceries. Okay, that she don't have a money problem. She doesn't have a security problem. She doesn't have to drink out of paper straws. She just like flies around the country in a jet. She lives a totally different world than what we do. Mm-hmm. So I can't imagine like the everyday person is gonna like look at her and be like, oh my God, yeah,
We just were talking about role models, right? This woman is that to adults, to children. It's pathetic. It's weird. I don't understand it. But this woman changes entire economies when she visits places. Like, it is seriously.
We'll find out. Listen, we'll find out.
But look it up. Look it up. When she goes to a game, that entire city that the game is being played in benefits by the millions.
Do you think we can get her on the show?
No. We can't afford even to call her people to get her on the show. But I'm just saying, like, you have to understand the type of power she has. It is unmatched. It's like people think Beyonce has power. Ain't nobody give a damn about Beyonce. She's just really well paid because of her crazy fans. But this woman shifts economy. That's a different type of power.
We are a country of I can use my word. Pedestalize.
Go nice and slow. Go nice and slow.
We pedestalize celebrity, and that's my argument with Tyreek and also Taylor Swift.
Stupid.
It's stupid. It is stupid, but it is what it is. And where Taylor Swift, she can have an influence on this election. Now, I don't know how we'll go when it comes to votes, but when she endorsed, there was 400,000 votes. I mean, there was 400,000 new registries because so she can affect.
I'm telling you, all these young kids who don't vote, all of a sudden will be voting.
They will be voting.
Taylor Swift's gonna be like, vote Kamala, and they're gonna be like, okay. Yeah. They won't even know the policies. They don't give a fuck about the policies. Right. Yeah. Taylor Swift said it. Yeah. They're gonna do it. Yeah. Their parents have failed them.
Thank you.
And that's where it comes down to is just.
There's one thing
that's why Donald Trump works here, because he's a celebrity in chief.
Yeah.
It's because he's a celebrity and he's not the normal politician, and they're pedestalizing him also. It's the same thing when it comes to Taylor Swift. It came the same thing with Tyreek, and that's the problem with country, because we love our celebrities, we make our millionaires celebrities.
Yeah.
And
well, let's not forget he was a TV personality. He actually was a celebrity.
Not before. Donald Trump been around for a minute.
No, but I'm talking about like he became a actual celebrity because of his show. You're fired.
Oh yeah,
You're fired.
Yeah.
I mean, I was literally 12 years old, and we'd be watching it, and my friend Kelly would always be like, "You're fired. You're fired." I'm like,
and, I used to like that show.
Yeah.
Like, but I didn't know Trump was the way he was. But I don't think Trump the way he is. I think that he is playing people. He just trying to say what you want to hear.
I think the
so
media
he can
makes
be
him out to
powered.
be a certain way that he's really not neither too.
How can the media, if you could watch that debate?
Yeah, I'm saying
the media didn't create that debate.
No, but the media has created like an aura of him that he's like this
because he's
like this
entertaining,
evil bad guy or whatever.
Everybody loves.
I'm not saying that he's not.
Everybody loves the bad guy. That's we love the bad guy. The bad guy. It goes
the mafia people.
It goes. What's more popular, Batman or the Joker? They love the Joker, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves the bad guy. Scarface said everybody loves the bad guy. You know.
All right, what's next?
We're gonna take a commercial break.
I
can't even talk to
commercial.
We'll be right after this. Y'all listen to the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. We're gonna talk about that wild boy Shannon Sharpe, and then our couples that don't post happier than couples that do post all the time. We're gonna ask that question and maybe try to answer it the best that we can. You'll listen to the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Yes, we are back. Y'all
Derek's in the bathroom.
Y'all listen to Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. I'm your host, B. Carter.
Double D needed the water.
Jasmine.
It's only gonna make you go to the bathroom again.
It's okay.
He's got a baby bladder, y'all.
So can we put on the next topic, Charlie?
I got it. Shannon Sharpe. And now you want a new picture.
Yeah, I want a new picture. This is a wild boy.
He's something else.
Mm-hmm. He's a wild boy. All right. So if we don't know what happened, Shannon Sharpe, analyst on ESPN and host of the Club Shay Shay and Night Talk with Ocho Cinco. So he mistakenly activated his IG Live, and you could hear him get it in sexually.
We understood.
Yeah.
with his special friend, a female friend. And he was getting it in, man. What do we think about that, Jazz? What do we think about that?
He says, so I was watching, he was trying to say he don't know how to use live. He's never been live. Da, da, da. I think he's tired of everybody calling him gay.
I call bullshit.
Oh, really? You think that's
You think that's it?
Oh my God.
They called him gay, though?
What? Everybody, because like
All over the
he
place.
does like the way he flip flops, like he'll interview one person, he's all like buddy with them, and then he's like too buddy with the guy that they were just talking shit about, and then like the way he acts and the way he dresses and stuff, like a lot of people think that he's like undercover. A lot of people, it's always all over the place about him that he's undercover.
I'm hearing like that's like a thing now, not a thing.
No, it's a big thing.
That's right. There's a lot of guys that we don't know.
Yeah,
like they're hiding it or something.
So I think that this was his way to be like, see, I'm not gay.
See.
So he can keep his cover going.
You think that's what it was?
No, I honestly don't. I don't personally. I've never seen him do anything that made me think he was gay. But I think that when enough people
it's
are calling you gay.
So you think that he purposely put the Instagram
There's
on?
no way that he didn't.
Yeah.
You have to. Oh, I can't even.
Like click the button.
Go to your Instagram real quick, right?
I don't know how to do it. Like,
exactly. Go to your Instagram. Watch how hard this is to do.
Yeah.
You cannot by accidentally do this. So go to Instagram. Go to the like add a picture.
Yep.
Scroll all the way over.
Series era, an event that happened today.
You have to literally.
Obviously, I'm embarrassed.
And then click it.
Someone that is extremely private. And to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon. Shay, there are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times. And I always try to be professional at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of, even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities. But to have a series, there are an event that happened today, your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard. I'm disappointed in myself. I call them. I called my sister. My friends, obviously, my friends reached out. But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone, staged.
So basically, he's
a liar.
When it first happened, I guess he's saying that his team put out saying that his phone got hacked. You know, that's the go-to. Your phone got hacked. I don't know how.
But you know what though? It's so not staged. But the girl, because everybody was calling her Michelle, she came out real quick with her picture to say what her real name was, and it's not Michelle.
Wait, is it Michelle?
Yeah, Michelle.
With an N.
So I'm just saying, homeboy got tired of being called gay and went live.
I mean, that does sound like that was the case.
I mean, you just saw it. I
never heard that they thought he was gay. I never heard that.
Oh my God, everywhere.
We
Look it
talked
up.
about it Thursday night. We were talking about it. It's
well,
it's a big thing.
I mean, first off, like, who cares if he's gay though?
But I think that's
his image. You think his image, like, he doesn't want to be?
Yeah, no. A lot of people are just like, if you're gonna be something, be it. Like, it's 2024. Like, what are we hiding for? But again, he's a athlete, and
that's what I'm saying. Is he worried about his image?
Yeah, of course he is, because half his friends would probably be like, "Oh, no, sir." Yeah. Like, so, but no, I mean, I think it was staged. It's 100%. Come on. You've never went live before. You don't know how to use it, but somehow mistakenly went to it, hit that, scrolled over, hit start, and put your phone down. You were in the middle of having sex. Why would no? Think about it. He was in the middle of having sex. This wasn't like the beginning. You just picked
like,
up your phone for what reason during sex? What reason do you have your hand in your phone during sex?
He probably videoing her while he was.
No, it was on the
play or
thing.
something.
It was on, but how does
Jasmine,
Instagram get pulled up?
It's clear.
Yeah.
Berto is sad to find out that Shay might be gay.
No, I don't. I'm trying to argue like it can't happen.
No,
it
can't.
It can. Like,
you would have to on Instagram while having sex.
He's probably on Instagram, and
then that sex wasn't that good.
All the ruffling in the covers, maybe swipe there and ruffling the covers.
No, did you not?
Could happen.
Did you not see where the phone was? It was on something wooden.
Maybe that's when he moved.
No, who is on the phone during sex? All right, you guys are all grown men.
Listen,
unless it's really bad, you ain't on your phone. Come on.
Well,
come on.
Well, I'm not on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
You're not on. Who the hell is on social media while having sex? if you didn't plan to
he was
be
looking
on
for the
No.
picture. I'm like, I gotta get a
No.
picture of this right here. You know what
with
I'm saying?
Instagram so he can by accidentally post it? No. He did this shit so people knew he wasn't gay. And then the girl came out like my 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah,
He
that is a
wanted-
good point. I didn't pick that up.
He was getting it in though.
It's yours.
on.
It's yours,
He was
Shannon.
getting it in. Oh man, but
All right,
all right,
next topic.
but you know, yeah, we're getting to the next topic.
Next topic.
Shout out to the Santa Shop. You good, yo. You still good in my book, man. You know.
Dude.
You get it.
His old hat.
That's embarrassing, man. See these
No,
phones,
it's
man.
not, because I bet you now all these women are in his DM.
Probably.
Like,
He's
what's
probably
that
getting
like?
I'm gonna get some shade stuff. We get some shade. All right, so we're gonna get into this Charlie, there was in design. Go to design.
Yep.
Right? Not the virtual. Go design and then change it to that. Yeah. And then just slide it over.
Let's see.
So what do we think? Do you think that's true, Jasmine?
Yeah, I do think it's true. And I say like, well, depending also like what the person does. Like us, we're always posting.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to build, right?
Mhm.
So like, I think again, depending on what the people do in their personal life and stuff,
Mhm.
I think happy couples, if you're happy, you're not worried about the internet as much.
But is it like posting each other, or is it posting like just posting?
Posting each other.
Posting each other, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, no, then I don't agree. So I think that's really
And posting yourself a lot. I want to say that's the same.
Oh, your spouse may not. It just deals with social media because everyone else has it. However, don't want to put pictures of themselves up there. Like
a cop, for instance.
In my case, like I'm on it all the time. My wife isn't. You know, and
but they've been together forever.
yeah, and she's got all the social media. However, she doesn't like to post, pictures. If I post a picture, it's because I posted it.
Yeah.
And she'll scream at me later. Why'd you put that picture up? You know?
I think it's every couple's different. I think some people like I don't know how to say it. Like, so I feel like some people like you just like sharing your moments, whether it's just you or it's you and family, it's your kids.
Sharing moments, I get that. I'm all for that. But when y'all just share like
you got a lot of real professional looking photos of yourself. Listen here, GQ.
Listen. But it takes like freaking 20 takes to get one. But anyway, but I think when it comes to like couples, when you're posting you as a couple all the time, is like y'all trying to create a perception.
Yeah, and no, because like I feel like again, like you got to look at the era that some people grew up in, like my 90s, real 90s kids from like the beginning of the 90s, even like 88, 89, like that we started to have cell phones, right? So we grew up in this weird phase where we had Polaroids and we were snapping pictures all the time, getting them developed, making picture books, right? And then all of a sudden our picture books were online.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about it, like I grew up, I had the little throwaway camera, right? I could take pictures of myself that way, get them developed. You share your photos with your friends, right? We did that as kids. It just wasn't on the internet.
Yeah.
And then when the internet came, it was like, oh, well, now I just got to take one picture, post it, boom, there we go. I don't got to share it because it's shared for me.
I mean, I agree with you, but I also agree with Berto. Like, I feel like a lot of people post these happy images when they're not in a happy relationship.
I think
there is a lot of that.
I think you got to look at individually.
So I'm saying,
because like some people also like
in
photography.
General, what do you think it leans more to? Like, because nothing is ever 100%.
No, but I don't know because I really don't, because I think like again we grew up in a very like share everything world.
Yeah.
So like I think even the happiest couples might overshare. And then you have miserable couples who also overshare because they don't want you to know they're miserable.
Think about this. Just really think about that statement. The happiest couple will overshare. That doesn't. That don't.
I
feel
didn't say
right.
all of them, but I'm saying like some of them. Again, I like my cousin Crystal. She's a photographer.
Mhm.
She loves to take pictures of her kids and her like she just did. She takes a lot of pictures, so she posts them like of her kids and stuff back in the day. Now she slowed down in photography, so she doesn't take them as much. But I'm just like it. Just I think it depends. Like
I think it depends on the person.
Listen, I just googled
Yeah.
it. A study conducted by researchers at the University of Kansas found that couples who post less on social media are generally happier than couples.
How do they know that though?
They researched it. They
No,
did
but
a
I'm saying
study.
like, did they reach
All right,
out to all these
I don't know,
people?
but again, this go to discussions. You can couples who post more. Let me get, I lost my place. Found that couples who post less on social media are generally happier than couples who post more often. The study surveyed over 300 couples and found that couples who post frequently are more likely to compare their relationship to others, which can lead to feelings of insecurity and jealousy. It makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's posting each other.
It's posting each other up with each other.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it is. It's not like just posting you. You know, that's a different conversation because I've seen people where a girl's like, "Oh, my new boo," and then 6 months later, it's a different motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
oh well, listen, my last relationship didn't last, and we never posted really, like ever.
That's what I think. What I see that
No, I'm not
people
saying
have-
that to be an asshole.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm not saying it to make fun of my
I
last. I'm just
guarantee-
saying like we didn't post.
Yeah,
like
but I
ever.
guarantee
Yeah.
that people that have long relationships are the couples that don't post. If you do a study of that, the longer relationships are the couples that don't post.
Well, I think it also is mentality too. Like you cannot post, but still. So here's this is the only argument I'm going to have with that study because like I've done research and I know how like research is so. Because like it depends on the method you use.
Selective,
And,
it-
yeah, and you can
Yeah,
really
yeah.
tweak your answer
Yep.
on who you follow too. So you might see we're gonna pick these 300 couples because they're the most messiest ones. Like we know 50 of these couples.
Yeah.
They're posting their business and right. So that's why it's like that's why like I have a hard time with research sometimes because if it's not peer reviewed and it's not edited and it's not really looked at, it can be very skewed to one way. But I will say like again, I think it's very individualistic because I know some happy couples, I really do, and they love to post each other. They're just head over heels about each other,
Yeah.
but they don't like compare themselves to other people at all.
I know a couple, and I know Charlie would know the same people too. They're all every weekend at breweries, hanging out, having fun, posting. I love to watch them. You know, and I feel like
And they've been together for a long time.
Genuinely happy. I think over 35 years married.
There you go.
I feel it depends.
Yeah,
on
but
the person.
but isn't it fair to say you're probably right? But also, is it fair to say the question? Like because if like me, like Charlie, I'm not like maybe I'm the wrong person to say this, but I feel like if I'm posting all the time that we're out amongst people, you're in environments where there's a lot of people. Do you really honestly like being with used to? You know what I'm saying? Versus maybe you're posting alone at home and just enjoying each other's company, because that's where the really happiness is. Because if you're always going out as a couple and you're amongst a lot of people, maybe that we don't even like being with each other.
No, because some people are just outgoing people.
And some couples have rules like, all right, we're out, leave your phone alone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's weird to
if
me
it
too,
rings,
though, that you have rules. Like it should.
well, if it's, I mean, dinner, guess what? Leave your phone alone, right? If you're having dinner, what you're supposed to leave that alone.
Yeah.
Let's have a conversation. You know, I get that. And don't get me wrong, it's just, I said rules, but you know, it's just, you know, hey,
Common
having
respect.
dinner, put your phone down. Let's see, you know.
Yeah. But I think if you're going out with the purpose of to go out and have fun, like memories. And I hate to say it, but like it's social media is one of the easiest places to store your memories.
Yes,
for
it is.
later.
Yep.
It really is. Like you can
comes up a year later.
Yeah, you can look back. It's like a picture book without having to go to the store and spend money on a picture book.
But you could store it in your phone. You could
But the problem
you
with
could put it in your file.
is I can run out of storage. Whereas if I upload
then
everything,
put it onto your computer. You're putting it out for everybody to see.
But why is that a problem?
No, just change
not
it.
a problem.
Only me.
It's not a problem.
Like
I don't think
there's
it's
a photo album I have that it just
only you can see.
Only me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I get to store it.
Yeah.
Like she said,
what is those drives that
like I have
external drives?
Well, you can do that, but with me is like my old profile. There's thousands of pictures on it.
Yeah.
And where can I put it? I can't put, I could put it on the external.
But that's a lot of hours.
Yeah. So it's
downloading
just
that.
going. So I leave that page up, and gradually I'll take those pictures away. So I mean, I'll put it on the new one, but no, it's easy storage, and you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
What happens if?
Go ahead.
What happens if people post by accident, like Shay Shay?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, but like
that anniversary next year is gonna be a wild
I
one.
think,
yo.
so to like follow up on that, I think too, like I don't see any, if you and your spouse are not jealous people and you're not out comparing yourself to other people and you just like my aunt, this is how I grew up. I'm not even joking. My aunt Sheila, she is a camera fanatic. Okay. If Facebook was around when I was a child, you guys would be sick of me. I was the only kid at the time on like on that side of the family. I was the first great niece, first aunt, like grandchild for my like the first. Okay, so my aunt camera everywhere. I grew up with a camera in my face. I was running around with the camera. I was documenting. I was vlogging before vlogging was a thing. Okay, like literally, that's how I grew up. So imagine that was where you couldn't share it, right? You had to make copies. And they do. I'm not even joking. My aunt and uncle still have a VHS player. They have the tape that you can take the smaller tapes and put it in. And when we're at like family like functions and stuff, sometimes we'll all go in the garage and they'll put them on. And they laugh at me because I'm in almost all of them. And I got this little raspy voice. So it's like it's the same concept. People want memories. People love to share their memories.
Right.
Like, what makes you happier than going, remember that time? Let me pull it up. Oh my God. So for me, I don't think it's weird that people want to post their relationship. I think it's weird when you want to hide your relationship to the point where people don't even know y'all date.
So that I was gonna say, to me, like the biggest what I hate more than this is the fact that some people like post like they're single, but they're with someone.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know if
Like,
they're with someone.
So me and my ex, like we posted each other here and there. Like you knew if you looked at my page, our Facebook.
You should know if you're in a relationship.
Our Facebooks said single. I'm sorry, it's Facebook. I'm not like, if you don't know I'm dating them, that's on you. I know I'm dating them.
I don't know. If y'all posting them and he's your man, but y'all saying single.
We just never changed it. But that was an agreement. Like we both were like, this is not real life. This isn't our real life. We're not going to be consumed.
So Jasmine, not to get like real personal.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. So when y'all say y'all posting, this is my man, but I'm single.
No, I'm not posting I'm single. I just never changed the status.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all saying you're single. You're posting.
It
saying
says
this
single.
is your man.
Yeah.
But you're saying you're single. Wasn't that your relationship?
But that wasn't intentionally. She's saying.
Yeah, no.
I know it wasn't intentional.
We just never changed it.
But I don't want to like feel like.
No, but like
I don't want to.
No, when we were together, we were together.
DMs. Are you getting a lot of DMs? Because
listen, it don't. Hey, let me tell you something. This is my experience, and I'm being very honest as a woman. It don't matter if it says single. It's almost worse if it doesn't say single.
Wow.
Because dudes, it's a competition.
A challenge.
Yes.
No,
you have no
I
idea
don't
what
do
you're
that.
talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't do that.
I have posted that
That's
I was in a
fucked up.
relationship before, and it's like bloodhounds with their noses.
What?
She's off the market? Well, let's see how fast we can get her back on the market. Like, dudes do not care. They're especially if they don't know your dude. They don't care. Listen, women are the same way. Women like what they can't have a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's easy.
The minute you put up taken, you are now a green flag. Oh, they're boyfriend material. I didn't know that before.
That's true. That is true.
I didn't know that before.
Women are like that. Women want what other women have.
But for me again, for me and my ex, that was our relationship. Like we did not take Facebook serious. It wasn't, and I was like that before with another, and it just
it's like I don't know, like.
But if I'm not responding to
I'm your
people's
man.
inappropriate.
See, I don't want to like because
Go ahead.
I don't want to get too personal on air. That's no. We'll have discussion after. We ain't doing this. We ain't doing this.
Hey, can I mention something?
Yeah.
Oh, we had the rabbit hole.
Just to go back to Shannon Sharp. This guy, everything he does is monetized. So these clicks and likes for everything,
Yep.
he's getting paid for this, right?
Big
He's
time.
doing that.
So-
yeah.
He's big time
so
getting
he's not.
paid.
So that's a sex tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? And he's a
He's in
smart.
the audio space.
No,
so
but-
he's got the audio
But
instead
he's
of
the
the video.
smartest one because he didn't have to show no butt cheeks. He didn't have to
Nothing.
show no
Yeah.
penis. He just straight audio, and people are going nuts
And he
for it.
said, "Oh, it was a mistake.
Yo, but
He won't get fired." 'cause he
Maybe
said it was
we
a
don't know if it's real because you just get on the mic.
Yo, Michelle.
Yeah, you like this sharp.
But all right, we're gonna take one more music break, and we're gonna come back with the final
Sounds by
thoughts
B. Carter.
and the ending monologue. Y'all listen to the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. Go follow us on IG and Facebook Live, and download the WMB1 Radio app also, so you can listen to us wherever you are. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Commercial break.
Reliable for over 40 years. Founded in 1980, Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated has provided the South Coast and surrounding areas of the Commonwealth transportation services ranging from private
Bless you.
Thank you.
We're back. We're back. We're back. You're listening to the Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. So we're here. There's no rabbit hole, right?
Well, I had a topic if you guys wanted to hear it real quick.
We're gonna do it real quick. We can get into it.
All right. I don't get my rap music.
Oh, shit. Wait, I'm
That's
sorry.
why. How
I'm
Jay Glock
way
supposed to be
up.
Jay Glock without her theme song?
Yo, let me get you in the mood. Hold on.
That's crazy. Don't you give me this is the end.
Yo. I need my snare. My snare is gonna be up. My snare.
I love it's a spider over that beat.
Yeah.
No, so I saw a post today. So the individual might be watching this. I don't know. I don't really care. If you know me, I'm very outspoken, and I saw a post today from somebody I know personally. And it's a client of mine. Basically saying that women have been offering to have his kid, and that, but he would have to do it alone, and he's okay with that, and he would want to do it alone, and this and that, and it just was very crazy to me because I see people talk like this, and I instantly in my head go, "You're not a parent, so you have no idea how hard it is, and you're basically saying, yes, let's raise kids in broken homes on purpose."
Yeah.
And it's like, it drives me a little nuts because I've been a single mother, and then I've been in a relationship with somebody who has helped me. It is significantly easier when there's someone helping you than when you are a single parent. I don't care how well off you are. There is no amount of preparedness financially that you can be, because the richer you are, that means your expectations are higher for that kid, right? So you're going to have bigger bills for that kid. You're never prepared. One, you're not prepared for the mentality of that child. I mean, kids are their own people. So if you and that kid are clashing and there's not a secondary parent, now it's just you, because you were willing to do that by yourself. It just sounds crazy to me. So then I'm reading the comments, and like parents are like, dude, you're out of your mind. Like,
Mhm.
and if you think these women are really gonna have your kid and then not put you on child support, you what are you, crazy? Like, wait till you have a kid with somebody. And then he said, I'm just changing with the times. I said, no, you're just giving into worldly things.
I've never heard of that before. Changing with the times. I've never heard of that.
Because everybody's a single parent, apparently. Like,
somewhere down the line, he's going to need help. So why do you put that burden on someone like your aunts?
or yeah, like the
Why do
village
they
ain't
have to
supposed
baby? Why do they have to babysit for you to go out on a Friday night or Saturday or do whatever you're doing? Why are you going to put that onus on someone else? You're the one that said you wanted to be a parent by yourself.
Yeah.
So man up and handle it.
Yeah,
being a parent is not built for just one person.
Yeah, it isn't.
People, and that's why you be very selective of
who you have kids with.
who you have kids with.
Learn from me.
And here's the thing: is like nothing in life is guaranteed, right? So in your relationship is not guaranteed, but that once you have that kid, the kid's guaranteed.
Yep.
So you got to make sure you choose the person to be like, even though we're not together, we can still co-parent together.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at those person's morals and values and things of that nature. And I don't think a lot of people are being very selfish when it comes to the decision. And I think that's a selfish decision.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't help the child.
No, and it was kind of awkward reading it because I was just like, wait a minute. What women are offering you this? Because they're definitely lying. They either know something about your money or whatever, and they're just trying to come up quick on you. Because as a woman, I mean, yes, there are some shitty mothers. Don't get me wrong. I work for DCF. There's plenty of shitty ones. But as a person who has a brain cell in your body, you're not just going, hey, listen, I'm going to carry the kid, okay? I will carry this kid for you. And then in 9 months, hand it over, no questions asked, and walk away.
What woman's going to do that?
Without any benefit.
Yeah.
What is the benefit? She's destroying her body for you.
Oh, she wants something.
Yeah, she wants something. She ain't walking away from
going
this
through
with
that
empty-handed.
Because of something.
Like it's listen. There's very few people like my daughter's got, by baptism godmother. She is somebody who gives her body to couples who cannot have kids.
Right.
But she does that because she thoroughly enjoys that aspect. Okay. But she's not doing it with a dude to hand over her kid. This is somebody else's egg and somebody else's sperm. She's just the host.
Yeah.
She's doing a good deed. Okay.
Oh.
This is a very different scenario. You're asking me to carry a child that is biologically mine
and then give it up
and then give it to you and get nothing out of this deal. So I'm supposed to watch this kid grow up from a distance and never want anything to do with this kid.
I've never heard of that.
Get the hell out of here. I don't believe it. And when and I'm actually going to go back and read the more comments because I'm sure there's plenty of them now because I saw this earlier.
I mean, do you think he was just fishing to
see who was interested in him?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, that's a good tactic. That's a really good tactic.
Fishing who's interested in him.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, listen, I'm just saying.
Hold on. Let me post this right now.
It just brought me down a rabbit hole because I was like, are men really thinking like this? Like now they see how they must think single mothers got it good or something because we don't. It's not great over here.
Crazy.
It's not, especially when you don't get child support. It ain't fun.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's get into the final thoughts.
Is this the end? I gotta know. I gotta know. I gotta know. Is this the end?
Yes, it's the end of the Frequency Live show, and we're gonna add something on top of the final thoughts. So let's get through the final thoughts and we'll end it with the ending monologue. Jasmine, what was good show? What's your final thoughts of the show?
I had to hear you reenact Shannon Sharp's sex scene, and please stop. And I never want to hear it again.
That's not how I sound.
Oh, I don't want to know how you sound, sir.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can see why you're single now. Go ahead, Derek. You go next.
I can't top your final thought. I'll just say I thought we had a great show. Glad to have Charlie on board, throwing in his 2 cents.
Yes.
Love it
on the topic. So good show.
Yep. And yeah, we had I think a good show. We'll be off next week. Just because we always take the 4th week off, and then we'll be back for the next 3 weeks. I want to thank Charlie for double duty in it.
Thank you.
Because Evan wasn't here today. Evan's sick. Hope he feels better, or I hope his Steelers won.
We know why you really stayed.
Yeah, and shout out to my Raiders. They won.
That's it.
Yes. So I want to get into there's a new thing we're gonna do, and I'm gonna try to do it, and I'm gonna get better as more and more that we do it. Each host is going to do it different weeks, and this is my turn. I'm gonna be the first person that does it. And what this thing is called an ending monologue. And the ending monologue is going to be a topic of our, whatever host is doing it for that week, whatever topic they want to speak on, they want to vent about, how short, how long, how important, how funny, how sad. This is to be the end of monologue, how we're going to end the show. And I want to end my show speaking about, we just had a passing of James Earl Jones. Can you put out that?
That's fine. Back in the day.
James Earl Jones.
Got a young picture?
Hey, don't he slapped a woman on TV, and like there's a movie where he slapped a woman. And
so James Earl Jones is one of our greatest actors, in my opinion. If you don't know him by his acting, you will know him from his voice. He's played Darth Vader. He's the voice of Darth Vader. He was the voice of Simba. Mufasa. And Mufasa Lion King. He was even the voice of CNN. This is CNN. He's done theater, and he's done a lot of great movies. I want to speak on if anybody has ever seen the movie Fences that was starring Denzel Washington. It's a play, and then it's coming from the original play of one of James Earl Jones's early career. And I want people to hear this acting and this scene it's a theater version of Fences. Hold on one second. I want to pull it up.
How come you ain't never liked me?
What law is there to say I got to like you? Do you want to stand up in my face and ask me some damn fool-ass question like that? Talk about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, goddammit. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you living in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
And clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because you like me?
Because I like you. You is the biggest fool I ever saw. It is my job. It is my responsibility. You understand that? A man got to take care of his family. You live in my house. You sleep your behind on my bedclothes. You put my food in your belly because you are my son. You are my flesh and blood, not because I like you. It is my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand, don't give me my money come payday because he liked me. He give me because he owe me. Now, I didn't give you everything I had to give you. I gave you your life, and liking your black ass was not a part of the bargain, and don't you try and go through life worried if somebody like you or not. You best make sure that they are doing right by you.
How come you ain't never liked?
And just that scene is very touching. If you see Denzel do it, Denzel's a great actor. Mm-hmm. He did it himself. So I want to end just to say rest in peace, James Earl Jones. He is an icon. He is a one-on-one in my opinion. You will always, he's one of those voices and those acting the movies that you will always remember. And there's one movie that he was in that I always remembered him in, and that was the movie Field of Dreams. And Field of Dreams is probably, in my opinion, the best baseball movie ever made with Kevin Costner. So I want to leave everybody with this scene with him in Field of Dreams. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. This is James Earl Jones in Field of Dreams. It's the scene that is unforgettable, in my opinion. Just let me get it first.
You're broke, Ray. You sell now or you lose everything.
The one constant through all the years, Ray, has been baseball. America has rolled by like an army of steamrollers. It's been erased like a blackboard, rebuilt and erased again. But baseball has marked the time. This field, this game, it's a part of our past, Ray. It reminds us of all that once was good, and it could be again. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come. People will come, Ray.
You're broke.
Rest in peace, James Earl Jones. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Have a good night. You're listening to Frequency Live on WMB1 Radio. Have a good night.